Well, good morning, everyone. It's Sunday morning. Just kind of taking it easy today. I'm going to come out and just putter in the mill a little bit on this nice sunshiny day. Jill's going to stack a little wood for about an hour, and she's going to work in her sewing room for a while, making a new quilt. So I thought I'd come out and change a few more teeth. This is a little bit time consuming if you don't do it every day. It's been quite a few years actually since I've changed a lot of teeth. I used to saw quite a bit and change them. So these teeth I'm taking out, I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I've hit a couple pieces of metal and it really trashed these teeth. So these are Standall Simon's BF and D and 9/32 wide. So they're just a tick over a 1/4 inch wide for the saw cut. And these work really nice in the frozen wood. I really like these Standall bits. But the new ones I'm putting in are carbide. These are carbide tipped. I've never used these. I had them. They came with a mill, a brand new box. These are also 9/32, 8/9 gauge for B and F saws. They're not too hard to put in. Normally about 30 minutes. It's taking me a little longer. I'm cleaning up the shanks. These should really last. We don't have too much dirty wood. I kind of keep it pretty clean, so I don't debark everything, but I try to keep it clean to keep the saw sharp. I'm going to try these, see how they work. I've got about 10 of them in yesterday, and I'll try to bring you in here close and show you me changing a couple of these. I've built 3 of these sawmills. Still don't know much about them. I do love to saw, and each one of these teeth in a rotation in the saw is supposed to take 1/11 of an inch per cut per rotation. So this saw turns 650 RPM. Every time that tooth comes around, it takes 1/11 of an inch, about 1/10 of an inch of a cut. If you feed too slow, you get a fine sawdust, and it can heat the blade. So figuring out the rotation, the number of teeth in the saw, how fast it turns is how fast you feed it. So this saw, the way it's set up, is supposed to feed about 4 running feet per second. Sounds pretty fast, but these saws are fast to their full potential. A lot of guys don't run nowhere near their full potential. You'll see them slowing down. They don't have enough power to keep the saw at full RPM. It takes a huge amount of horsepower when you start feeding that fast. And I've got a couple of videos on this where I'm feeding a 12-foot spruce through in about 4 seconds. So these things are pretty fast, and if they're cutting right, exceptionally accurate lumber. As you can see, what affects these saws also is something as simple as the sun shining on one part of the blade. Like now, before I start it up, will actually change the tension in that blade. It makes a difference. Sometimes they'll start to wobble a little bit, so they get the even temperature. So a lot of important things on these circle mills, but when they're set up right and going, there's not a super amount of maintenance, and very capable sawing 8,000 to 10,000 feet a day. Now here with the mechanical, or with the everything is hand turned manual, you're not going to do that. So I'll give you a shot here of me changing these, and we'll see how it goes. Tooth comes out. These are the holders. I just usually clean them up real quick with a wire brush, make sure they're clean, no debris in them. Grab a new sharp bit, and these just go in like that, and they kind of slide in and lock. So like I say, I don't do this every day anymore, so I used to have a method where I could change these much faster. And you want to keep your gloves on because these are sharp. So these just twist in, and you can feel when they bottom out, and I just give them a little tap to make sure that they're in, and the new tooth is in. So they're pretty easy to change. Like I said, if you're doing it regular every time, sawing a lot, about 30 minutes. Old tooth pops out. So these get a little bit of debris and sawdust in them. I just wipe them down with a wire brush quick. And not too technical. Some guys will fool around 10 minutes trying to get these polished up. And I'm sure there's a lot of different ways of doing it. Some guys will actually work at the other end of the saw doing it. Kind of maybe all personal preference. So these just slide in like that and lock. And I don't know what the official name for these is. I have to look it up. I've read, I should know, but forgetting. So that's all there is to changing the teeth on the mill. This is a 52-inch blade with 50 teeth. This might even be a 48 tooth, I forgot. My old mill back east was a 52-52. A little finer cut, made nice smooth lumber. Took a lot more horsepower. So the less teeth, the less horsepower normally. And I've got a 50-inch saw here that came new with a mill. It's never really sawed that well. I'm not happy with it. This older 52 does saw nice. This mill's got a lot of wear on it, and it still saws pretty decent. I'd like to do a little bit more work on it. It's actually not my preference for the mill. I'm not a big fan of that Frick carriage. I know they're great. A lot of guys have used them on the East Coast. They're popular. Excellent carriage when they're new. I'm just not as familiar with them as some other brands. And obviously, a nice hydraulic mill would be really nice. I just like to come out and run this saw for an hour or two. It's very relaxing. You can usually take an old crummy looking log and make some pretty nice lumber sometimes, and every log is different when you open them up. It's just something about being around the mill and around wood of any type is relaxing. So I'll get the rest of these changed up, and then tomorrow, Monday, I'm going to try to get this thing fired up and saw a little bit. We have some customers coming, and maybe I can sweet talk Jill into tailing the mill a little bit. If she just pulls those light slabs away while I'm starting to saw, it goes really fast. And if we get into the bigger, heavier stuff, of course, I have to go around and help her. I don't want her straining and lifting, even though she'll try to do it on her own. But I thought I'd bring you along here real quick and just show you how I was changing these teeth out. And then tomorrow we'll get some sawing in for this next video. So there's a lot of great books out there on sawmilling, especially with the circle mills, techniques, and there's a lot to setting the mill up, how a log is sawed. And I've got a couple books. There's a close-up of the sawmill book. It tells about pulleys, foundation, all the equipment setup, troubleshooting. This is an excellent book for if you have a circle sawmill. Probably one of the best is by Stanford Lundstrom, put out by the Department of Agriculture and Forest Service. So I wanted to give you a quick close-up of that while I was thinking of it. And of course, band sawing on these smaller portable band mills. is a little bit different technique. And we got a little dog Diesel out here. Hi there, young man. He's going to be a little woodhound, aren't you? Huh? Yeah. He likes to be outside. He really likes to be around me and follows me all over. So I have to watch the eagles, but other than that, he's good to go, aren't you, young guy? He's out there watching Jill stack wood. So what did the cowboy say to the dachshund? Get along, little doggy. Are you along, little dog? Well, we're back on this Tuesday afternoon. The sun finally came out. It was kind of snow, wet rain this morning, dark and cloudy. Been working a little bit on the mill. It is a little bit out of adjustment. I'll have to do a little work on that. So I'm going to fire up the old Detroit. It's pretty tired. It's going to get loud. And Jill's over stacking some wood. She's going to be over to give me hand sawing. So after we get going here with the mill, we'll probably mute the sound out because it is pretty loud. So we just give it a little shot of go-go juice. Just a little shot. She should fire right up. So if you're new to circular sawmills, this is called the carriage. Each individual, these are head blocks. These are the dogs to hold the log on. This little magic deal is the set works. You can set this for different length or different thicknesses of lumber, 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches, 1/8. So every pull takes out 1.1 inches, and you can set up to take out the saw kerf, which is roughly 1/4 inch. That's what we call our storyboard, which is getting pretty well wore out. So it drives back and forth on this cable drum, goes around the wheel, hooks to the carriage, and goes around the wheel up there and hooks onto the other end of the carriage, and this just works on a reverser back and forth. So let's go over and see. As you can see, this keeps you pretty busy. Take a measurement here. The mill's a little bit off, so 4 inches and about 1/16. See, we are for thickness here. 2 inches right on, so we're pretty good there. So that is 18 2x4s just that quick. Out of that dead beetle kill, we're going to get another 2x6 out of the sideboards and 4 or 5 6 and 8 inch boards. So yielded pretty well. As you can see, Jill's sticking them all nice and neat here. So we just sawed out a few extra 2x4s today.
What are we building?
We're going to build a little shed around our generator.
Okay.
Does this bring back memories?
Oh my goodness, yes it does. In my case, nightmares. It brought back nightmares.
So the saw does need a little bit of adjusting. I got to do a little fine tuning to re-level the carriage from all last winter. It's pretty close, but we're going to get it set up nice. Whoops, I'm in the production way. So I thought we'd bring you along real quick to saw this. Just wanted to show you how that saw does work, and it can actually go a little faster than what we were sawing, but I got to be careful. As you can see, I can get Jill buried here, so.
Yeah, we already know what happens when I get buried. That'll be the end of it. He'll be doing it by himself.
So I want to take you along just for a kind of a quick video today so we can get this out for you guys. What's today, Friday? Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Oh, tonight it'll be out. Okay. Yeah. Boy, time flies.
Well, it rained all morning.
That's what I told him. It rained and wet snow and nasty, and now the sun come out, so it's actually going to warm up. It was 39 this morning, and it's about 42, 44 right now, so it's getting pretty nice.
Well, and the sun's shining. I was stacking wood again.
So, been doing a little bit of cleanup across the road, too. We'll take you across there. We'll get ready to get our cabin moved, and I'm going to bring you guys along. Probably within the next month, we're going to get our truck sander that goes in the back of a truck like they sand the roads. It's kind of a V-shaped, and we're going to set that up on 4 steel posts and set it up the right height to fill these wood bags, so I can fill them with a tractor or loader. Either 1 or 2 at a time. We're going to set it up for 2 bags, so we'll show that kind of being fabricated. But that's 5 hours away, so we got to get the right day and the right mood for me to drive to go down and get it.
Yeah, because that's 5 hours one way.
One way, so it's an all-day trip. Leave here at 7 in the morning and pretty much be back at 8, 9 o'clock at night. By the time
you buy me dinner. That's it. You buy me dinner.
I'm going to buy me a donut at the donut shop. Don't you owe me dinner?
No.
Oh. You can't get good help nowadays. So, Ed, if you're watching this brings back memories. Tale in the mill. We used to saw a lot of wood back east, and when you get these things hauling, you can make somebody's shirt tail or 2 fly at the other end of this mill, that's for sure.
Not mine.
Not Jill's. So, from the Alaska WoodYard, we keep the sawdust flying.
And thanks for coming along.